What is up, sailors, tailors, and pathetic failures? Thanks for sitting down at the messy desk with me this week. And today, I want to talk about crushing disappointment. Oftentimes, I get comments that say something to the effect of, show us how you make ambient on the octatrack. Or I get students asking me, Dan, can you teach me how to do ambient stuff on the octatrack? And I kind of dance around the answer, because my answer is no, I can't. I don't have confidence when it comes to making ambient music on the octatrack. But I thought, you know what? I'd give it a college try for a video and see where it went. That was 6 months ago. It didn't go anywhere. I made this project, and it's kind of just sat on my octatrack since. And I've kind of been stewing about it. I got a question about it recently, and yeah, I don't know. I figure it's probably worth talking about failure. It's probably worth talking about not being able to do something just as much as it's important to talk about being able to do something. Is that valuable? Is this a waste of time? I don't know. But we're going to talk about it anyway, because I got to fill that quota. I got to make a video. You got to watch a video. You got to find something to fill the crippling hole of existence. So maybe this will be it for you. Let's talk about it. So this project actually started as what I thought would be a flipping film and might still become one. I think what I'm going to do is take what I have here and sample it, like resample it, and then put some drums behind it, make it really boring like I do, and then we'll talk about the film. But it actually comes from the score of The Master. It's by Johnny Greenwood, and it's fantastic. It's unbelievable. So I'll play you what the bass sample sounds like, and it sounds like this. That's B-A-S-E, by the way, not B-A-S-S. I'm sure you're wondering. Very super beautiful and great and perfect, and it's a masterful score for a masterful film. Sorry that I took it and did awful things to it. You'll hear as the sample plays, it's playing it through the effects that I have on here, so it's not exactly what the score sounds like. There, you heard some way too much reverb and a little bit of whooshing. I'll talk about that momentarily. But that's kind of where I started. I sliced up the sample. I guess I did it manually. I couldn't remember if I did it manually or if I did a slice grid, but you can tell how close some of these slices are together. That's not a slice grid. So if we come down to the slices, we can listen. And I pitched it down 3 semitones, because you know I love to pitch it down. And I don't know, I was kind of just trying to find something approximating a space that I could loop in, almost like a tape loop, I guess is how I started approaching this. I love tape loops, Blank Forms. I'll link to his channel here. I mean, he's much bigger than me, so I'm probably not telling anybody who doesn't already know about him, but check him out. His stuff is fantastic. And he is like the master at this kind of shit. Anyway, so I kind of wanted to try to emulate that. And one of the things I did to try to emulate that is I put on one of these neighbor machines, lo-fi, and used an LFO to mess with the bit reduction. And so when it goes up high enough, you get this kind of whooshing. Let me mute the other track here and you can hear. Right there. I like that. I think it sounds nice. The other thing that I did, you'll notice I have 2 neighbor machines here. So I have a lo-fi and a reverb and a chorus and a spatializer. You might be thinking, dang, I don't really see people using the spatializer a lot. I bet he's doing something really fancy there, really precise. No. I don't know what it does. I don't know why it's here. I think maybe a student told me that the spatializer was rad, and so I should use it. And I think I spent 20 minutes sitting here listening to this loop, turning the knobs, trying to figure out what it's doing. If someone wants to give me a lesson on what the spatializer does, please do so down in the comments. I love you guys for doing that. That's one of my favorite things about this channel, is that I maybe teach you something, and you guys definitely teach me a whole lot. So that's really rad. Please mansplain to me down in the comments what the hell this thing does. Like an EQ or something? I don't fucking know. But it's there, and I'm going to leave it there so that we can laugh at me, because I think that's part of the appeal of this channel, and I'm here for it. So I have that, and I kind of got this loop going. And if you've been watching me for any length of time, you know what I did next, which is I used the same exact sample and layered it because I love to do that. I was playing around with the slices, and I kind of settled on that main pattern. But there was this slice here, which I really liked a lot, and so I have it here on this one. If we listen here. It's going to take a minute, because we're at 66 BPM. So let's just hang out. Did you do anything fun this weekend? Got any big plans? And there it is. It's nice. It layers nicely. Yeah, I think I kind of stopped there because I got a little discouraged. I didn't really like where it was going. Listening back to it now, it's kind of funny how distance from a project makes you feel better about it. Because when I turned this off 6 months ago, I was really upset. And I was like, this was a total fucking failure. You really suck at this. Why do you have a YouTube channel? Why are you making music? Why are you alive? We can't confront all those questions at once. But actually, it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's fine. I should probably chill a little bit and take a little pressure off myself, and you should too if you're doing a similar thing to what I do, which is beating my head against a wall when I fail at something. It's okay. You're supposed to fail. It's how you get better at things. And when you come back to it a couple months later, you might like it. So I kind of like this. I don't know. I think that it's not ambient music. It doesn't work as ambient music. It's not great. But I think it could be used as raw material for something fun. So it's 66 BPM. I could double that tempo to whatever 66 plus 66 is. I'm not going to try to do that live on camera. It's 132. Ricky? 66 plus 66, that's 132? That's right. I did it anyway. I'm a successor at that. That's not a proper use of the word successor, but I don't give a shit. This is not an English channel. This is an octatrack channel. If you want an English channel, you better buy a boat and go sail across it. Damn, that's a geography joke. We love that. Anyway, my point is, I think I might take this and resample it and put some drums behind it, maybe a big old 808. I don't fucking know. I may as well show this. I tried doing something kind of like that, but I didn't want to do the same thing I always do, so I tried making it a little weird, a little slower, and I have this here. Let's just listen. And listening back, there's something to that. I don't know. It's this glitch kick that is in a sample pack you can get on my Patreon. Plug. And a glitch snare with a bunch of reverb, which you can get without a bunch of reverb on my Patreon. Double plug. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. I have it, the rate of the snare pitched, or not pitched rather, but turned way down. So it sounds like this. Probably too much reverb. I don't know why there's so much, but it's there. It's pitched up a little bit. And then the kick is just the kick. Oh, it looks like I might have the rate of that turned down as well. I do. Cool. It's not a complete project, right? It's not even really a complete half thought. It's kind of just the outpourings of me trying to make something work a couple different ways and it not really working out. But it brings up an interesting point, which is people ask me, how do you make ambient music on the octatrack? To which I respond, I don't know. But now I get to flip the script on you a little bit. I get to ask, how do you make ambient music on the octatrack? Because clearly I don't know. So maybe you can tell me. I'd love it. Legitimately love it. Let's be honest. Let's look each other in the eyes here. This isn't one of those, comment down below what your favorite ice cream flavor is. This is legitimately, please tell me, please God help me, and tell me how you make ambient music on the octatrack. Because I have a couple students who have shown me ambient stuff that's legitimately great. And I don't know how they did it. But I can't admit that to them. I'm supposed to be smarter than them as their teacher. So, yeah. Instead of admitting it to them privately, I'm admitting it publicly to 4,300 people. Hopefully 4,400 by the time this video airs, am I right? Yeah. tell me. Help me. And maybe this could be helpful to you if you're in a spot where you've tried to make a couple projects recently and they haven't been where you've wanted them to be, and it's made you feel kind of bad, made you question yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Take a step back. Spend $500 on board games on a lark and just play them with your wife. I don't know, man. That's what I've been doing. It's been great. Can't recommend it enough. Yeah. It's important to talk about failure, I think. It's important to process that. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. Thanks for sitting down and doing that with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your presence, and I appreciate you letting me air out my shit. Thanks. You're a good person. Maybe. I don't know. You could be awful. On the subject of turning something into something else, I'm going to put this project file up on my Patreon for $5 patrons and above if you want it to do something with. Sample it. Make something better. Make it an actual ambient piece. I don't know. Do something with it. And if you do, show me, and I'll plug it on the channel, and you'll be very happy about it, and I'll be very happy about it, and we'll all hug each other and cry. It'll be freaking sweet, dude. Yeah. And on the subject of plugging, a friend of mine who hangs out in our Discord a lot, Brent, has just put out a new album. I'm going to put a picture of it here. I'm going to put a link down here. You should go buy it. Buy it with money. If you have money to spend, buy it with money and show him your support because, one, he did all the artwork himself, and it's really sweet. I love the concept of like an OST for a video game that doesn't exist. My first ambient album was a soundtrack for a movie that doesn't exist, so I really fuck with that. And 3, it's just legitimately great, and it's all done on a digatone. So it's awesome. Go give him your support for that because it's really, really great, and it warms my heart to see somebody who's hanging out in my Discord making such sick shit. Go give him love. Go send him messages of support. If you can't buy it, at least send him a message saying, hey, this fucking whips, and you're hot, and I want to have your digitone babies. Even if it's not true, it'll make someone feel better, and, you know, it's the fucking least you could do, okay? That's all I got for you this week. I want to thank you so much for watching. You could have sat down with anybody on the internet today, but instead you chose to sit down with me, an absolute failure who has this kind of posture, wearing a shirt about playing blue in Magic the Gathering. It's a very funny shirt. I'll link to it down in the description. You should go buy it because it's funny and it's magic. And so, what else do you need? I will be back next week with another video. I have a very good idea of what it's going to be. It's probably going to be a similar video to this where I'm kind of coming to grips with my expectations versus my reality. Cue that 500 Days of Summer gif. And yeah, I'm excited to do that and show that to you and grow as a person with you. So I will see you then. In the meantime, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and drink enough water, okay? I'm Daniel. This is The Messy Desk, and I love you more than I love being comfortable being utterly mediocre. I'll see you next week.